Welcome to the Black Super Friend Podcast. On this episode, you will see three individuals plus me talk about life, all right, as urban youth. I'm on here tonight to try to educate some of you Negroes on what you're doing wrong in life. Tonight, my name is Charleston Black, and I'm joined by my all-star cast on this Halloween. First, I'm going up to the top. Everybody know who that man is. Could never finish the game. So, but hey, Nintendo it is. It's my main man, Mario.
It's me, Mario. Welcome to the Black Super Friends Podcast.
All right. Next, I go down to Gotham City. Maybe crime took a lunch break, but he's on cast tonight. The man who saves our city from so much confusion. You know him as Batman, but tonight we'll call him Chris Wayne.
I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Chris Leo.
That was Chris Wayne.
Oh, sorry about that. Chris Wayne. I'm bad.
I just gonna play with it. Listen, I tell you what, I could have been Toot Hefner because I'm burning up in this goddamn road. All right. I'm going to the international pimp from around the world. Last week he was in Mexico, Tulum, Mexican City. Tonight you will simply call him Zay, the international ladies man.
I should have been the international Dolphins fan, but I take ladies man too. Good evening, how y'all doing?
Yeah, they still reviewing the Dolphins game to see
how a W is a W. It's only two columns. We landed in the W.
The Cowboys won too. I know that's why Gay Pride was all time high this week.
Yeah. You know what they say? Tom will be back one day.
Listen, on the real thing, y'all need to pray for my quarterback. He just went through a divorce. He's skinny. He's not shaving. The man is throwing the ball into the dirt. It's like he got Space Jam. Please pray for my quarterback, Tom Brady. All these people on these talk shows talking about what's wrong with Tom Brady. Tom Brady needs some cooler cat. That's all he needs. Or maybe he's getting too much of it. Either or, Tom Brady needs our. He is in Florida. He's in Tampa, and he does hang with the linebackers. I'm not calling no names out. We need to help Tom out. All right. Listen, before I go into the cast, my voice has changed. I'm going through puberty a little late in life, but let's have a sentimental moment. I really was concerned for my guy this weekend because it felt like just yesterday there was a little 5-year-old rude girl, quiet, spoiled version of Chris in the female form. And now it felt like years have passed by so fast, and we have a young lady that had her first homecoming dance who wore, listen, I'm not used to it, Chris, but I'll give it to you. Listen, as a father, we want to talk about empty nesting, but we got to talk about Cupcake, your daughter, Chris's daughter, going to a dance, and we have a teenager.
Oh, man. Oh boy, that was an experience, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. That was an experience, bro. I can remember like 2017. I moved up here, and I left a lot back in Palm Beach, man. I was coaching. I was doing my thing. Before I left, I even got offered to coach at my old school from Coach Ross, man. But I felt like I had to be up here with my daughter. Now, when I got up here, she was a 8-year-old Girl Scout. You know what I'm saying? And then she was dancing. I went to every single event. Then she started 6th grade. I took her to her first day. She started soccer. I took her there. Then COVID took 6th grade from her. They moved like an hour away. But I was there the first day of school. She went to the new school in Eustis. But this moment right here, bro, it was something totally different. I've never seen my daughter look like that. You know what I'm saying? Like my daughter looked beautiful to me. You know what I'm saying? She was glowing to me, and dog, it's like my whole life flashed in front of me, bro. But it was one of the best experiences I've ever had. I ain't made a lot of good decisions in my life, but moving back up here to be a part of her life, that was one of the best decisions I ever made, just for these moments. So I encourage fathers, get in your kids' life. I know they say your kids need you, but you need your kids. That motivation, watching that little girl grow, dog, is one of the best things I ever have done in my life, dog. I swear.
Well, listen, I commend you on it. Seeing the pictures even had me like, man, just feel like yesterday seeing this little girl just overnight. She's a very smart girl. I honor you, bro. I salute you on your commitment to your daughter. We break all the stereotypes with our kids, man. Knowing that my brother moved away, at a time when things were just opening up. That's selfless, to see the daddy there, the daddy weekends and the investment, bro. I applaud you because we don't we don't highlight that enough in our society or our community. But bro, I appreciate what you do, man. Just knowing that you took that on to be everything that you wanted her to have. And that's what led me to have the question tonight about empty nesting. My boys are gone, and I was so determined to get them grown, get them and get all that support, and make them independent. And then I might have made them suckers too independent, but you might call for a little $20 here and now, but they really are on their own, and I'm here by myself. So I want to say job well done, but then I'm like, it didn't really look like I wanted to look. But I got healthy boys, all of them on their own path. So that was my question about seeing Cuphead go to her dance is what prompted that empty nest thing, and then seeing Mario today go to Halloween to have a baby that's in college, and then he said, "I want it all over again," and to see little Mario and the new baby, man, that's amazing. Empty nest, Mario. What's your thoughts on that,
Well, we are not going to glance over the fact that Zaya and her grades this year. What did you get on the report card, Zay?
All A's and one B.
All A's and one B.
Well, we ain't got to that point yet. But
Oh, my bad.
thank you. You're new to the show, Chris Wayne.
It's daddy, man. I'm sorry.
We kind of do it that way, Chris Wayne. Mario, I seen you on the Cosby Show tonight. Doing the Cliff Huxtable thing, man, in the mall with little Mario. We can't hear you. You're a professional.
Yeah, man, it was definitely interesting because I ain't celebrate
Right.
Halloween growing up, so I never this is with kids. I guess these new kids this is my new thing. I didn't want to deprive them of it, but I was like I could do without of it. But then I seen how happy he was to do it, so we went to the mall and they got my son. It was not too much candy as I thought. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, we went up, we drove all the way there, walked all over the mall, and a couple people was happy. A couple stores were actually happy to say Happy Halloween and stuff, but most of the time it was just regular mall stuff. You know what I'm saying? But good thing he had a bunch of candy here, and at his age, he just happy to put on the costume and then see other people in costumes and stuff like that. And I was happy to see that it wasn't that many made up costumes. We didn't go to the most decorated mall in Georgia. Let's just say the mall we went to didn't call for the demographic wasn't a high earning, didn't have high earning capability. So I was very happy to see that the parents actually came out. I seen a lot of mom and dads. I seen a lot of dads involved, and I seen a lot of kids actually with costumes on. Not, just like a sock over their hands or something, you know what I'm saying? Like some real costume. So I must say, man, I don't know if that's something to be happy about, but I was a little happy just to see us come together, and then the kids actually run around happy. So it's a good time, man. Good time.
So you got one child that is excelling on her academic structure. Soon you will be an empty nester. Are you prepared for that? Or are you going to shoot out a few more before she gets to graduation day?
I don't know, boy. I gotta ask God about that one. I think I'm prepared for it. Well, as prepared as I'm gonna be. Me, I try to just spend as much time with her as I can now. because she's eclipsing that teenage age, and I know it's gonna be soon before it's not cool to hang out with dad. So I'm soaking up all that I'm gonna get now. Um, I don't know. I'm a little. I'm damping. My heart is low. You know, y'all got a chance to see her. I can side with you, Horace. I ain't seen mine for Halloween. I had to see her far through uh, pictures, or she called me FaceTime while she was doing a trunk or treat event. So I kind of halfway got to see her costume, but I didn't get to, do any knocking on the doors or walking through the neighborhood type thing. And she did send me a text to check on me before the podcast. So that was dope too. So I don't know, but seeing my brother with his daughter, and I saw it, you starting to get aggravating to her as you take your pictures and your videos. I feel your pain as well. I got the same problem when I try to share my little moments. They're getting too cool for that. But it is what it is. As far as we trying the best that we can. So to say that I'm all the way ready for that empty nester, I can't say that I am, but I do know that it's coming. So that's that.
I was ready. Shit, I don't
No, man. That's my dog, man.
You started in 8th grade.
Every day, I fucking tell Jaleesa, "Ooh, you got me."
Yeah.
I was ready.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mario. I'm living through y'all, seeing the videos and stuff. Like, it really, I really see y'all videos. When I see little Mario, come on, daddy, come on. Like, that does. Like, it's just exciting to see the kid. When I see Zaya at that point where she ain't a little girl no more, so she be seeing, oh, big ass Uncle Tootie. You know what I mean? Like, they get to that point where they sell a lot. Mm-hmm. And then when Chris visited, you see Chris' daughter come and, like, be a functioning teen, like, it just blew my mind, dog. Like, yeah. So I appreciate what y'all guys have done, man, because like you said, they had real costume. I was a sheet every year, and that same sheet back on the bed with holes in it for many years, bro. I don't know if you know how sheets smell.
Brown paper bag.
But I don't know if you know how sheets smell.
Brown paper bag, boy.
Yeah. So, hey, man, let's go to news real quick. My guy Elon Musk has taken over Twitter, and if the N-word was ever dead, it's Easter, because they have resurrected it in major fashion. So the thing was, somebody actually asked me at the cigar bar the other day. They was like, "Yeah, what you think about the N-word? Them using the N-word on Twitter?" I'm like, "And?" So what you mean? I said, "And." You know why it's "and"? Because just like people that wear a Trump hat, same way with the N-word. I believe that people have the right to be whoever they are, and I want you to show me who you are. So if I had somebody on Twitter with the N-word, hey, man, cool. But I know who you are. So my take was a little different. I still believe in free speech. And, I might not agree with what other people do, but I damn sure believe in free speech. And I want people to have that. I think we're all trying to make everyone into one type of person. You can't hardly have an argument or a debate with somebody you call hating. If I say I don't want to be gay, I'm anti-phobic or whatever it is, homophobic or whatever, it's always something now. And so I can deal with a platform that's going to allow everybody to be like Twitter originally was. So that was my take on it, bro. Like, I don't care what you say. You ain't saying it to me. You know what I mean? And if you say it, that just allows me to know who you really are. So, hey, I'm all for free speech as long as they do it in their free speech area. So, I'm gonna go to Zay, the latest man first. Twitter. What you think about the N-word? What you think about free speech? What you think about Elon Musk?
I don't think anything has changed. I mean, they say it in private. You gotta know that they say it in private because you probably say worse. So I get offended with the people who get offended because I'm quite sure you say worse about the other race, and when they say it, all of a sudden you're up in arms. Come on, man, candy crap. Know that people have the right to say what they say, but I do agree with you. You better be ready to stand on it because, as they say, all lives matter and Black lives matter, Black eyes matter, and there will be some issue if you say it to the wrong person. So the beautiful thing about it, though, is that it's social media. So you have a lot of, we used to call them telephone tough guys because we didn't have social media back then, but you got a lot of keyboard gangsters. and that's where they really feel tough at. So that's their space, and you can't argue with individuals who are caught up in the metaverse. It's not real life. So that's my take on it. I don't really get into it because I'm gonna fly whatever words come to my mind when the time is right, and I guess they just doing the same. Gotta expect it.
Well, I absolutely tell people I don't care. When people say somebody used the N word and then they knock their head off, and then you go to jail, kind of like, did you win? So I'm personally,
Mm-mm.
I'm not N word don't move me like that. You know what I mean? If you say it ER and you say it for my wife and it's a heated moment, yeah, you might get Buster Douglas. But if you just talking trash, say the N word, it's not gonna make me sabotage my life just for a moment. You know what I mean? But hey, that's just my take. I'm gonna go to Chris Wayne first. Since you fight crime, what about the N word? You fighting people for the N word?
No, as a black man, I don't give a damn what some crackers say.
Oh,
on
Chris, it was a good show tonight, man.
I
It was
don't. I
for
really
real.
don't, bro. Who cares? Who cares? Let them talk whatever they want to talk. Like I'm on the lines with you. I agree with you. I like to see who of them my enemies instead of the ones that doesn't say it. Here's a news flash. A lot of white people say that use that word in private settings. A lot of them,
Mm-hmm.
more than you know. I'm more fearful of those people. I'm more fearful if your judge say it, if the cop that pull you over say it and really think that way. If the person that comes to evaluate your home, the price of your home, what's that person's name? That when they come, what do they feel
Home
that way?
adjuster.
Yeah, exactly. You want those people in power is the problem, not and they the one that's not going to say it in public. So the people that said it in public, I don't give a damn. They ain't say it to me, And at the same time, man, we got to understand that Twitter is now going to be a right wing conservative platform. If you got to get ready, you got to get ready for that. They're gonna with free speech comes freedom for everyone to speak, not just us to speak. And we can't possibly go over to Twitter now and get sensitive. We just can't. You know what I'm saying? We have to use our free speech in the same manner that they use their free speech. I'm not saying trade insults, but you can freely give off information that you probably that you couldn't do before. So I don't see what this is an issue is in our community.
I would say this: emotions rob us. We lack emotions to really. We don't know how to handle our emotions. Already being with our back against the wall. Give you a quick story before I go to Mario. When I was in government, won't say what city. The Klan wanted to have a rally, right? It wasn't in the city. It was on the outside of the city where you had to drive down this long road for them to have this little exhibit, right? So somebody find out. I got the thing, met with them. They didn't seem like Klan racist, but whatever. It's my job. Signed off. Here go your permit. He did everything. Here go the permit. Blah blah blah. It's out in the Woodstock. Whatever. All of a sudden, people find out about it. People drove out there to their event to protest them having a Klan rally. To me, I said, well, I'm not going like some of the stuff we do, bro. So then they went out there and had an altercation. A lot of people that run out there, rode out there, ended up getting arrested because you was on somebody else's
Trespass.
property, trespassing, when they wasn't even messing with you. Did I did I condone it? No, but I understand people's rights, and those were one of those moments that taught me a bit less. Because people were mad at me, I said if I deny them, I get sued. You know what I mean? That's their right. They're not messing with me. They're not out in front of my house. So I think emotions get people in trouble a lot. Let me go to Mario, who always give me something from a different perspective.
I think this is dangerous for us. I think it's dangerous for us because in the perfect world, everything that you three gentlemen said is 1,000% correct. But in the world I live in, one thing black men especially, and women too, I don't want to say black people have not learned to do is check their emotions. So in the perfect world, you're right. It don't matter. You should better call me nigga. I should better go to work because it don't stop me, my family from eating. It don't stop me from working, all that. But we know that's not to be true. So what's going to happen is people are going to antagonize on that app, and they're going to pull people who are really grew up putting fisticuffs on people and pull people into fights and co-workers. And then now the people who are going to lose, because that is a triggering word, is us. Because over time, and if you get in corporate America, you know that little innuendos, sly comments, and misdirected words is how they pull you into a atmosphere when you're the angry black person that's outraged, and then they use that against you. They poke the bear. That's all they're doing. It's no coincidence that the first day it was out, everybody who wanted to say nigga in their life said it. Everybody. Then everybody say we love free speech. But if your kid's 7th grade teacher talked about how he was sucking his husband's dick in class, you wouldn't like that. That's free speech. See, you can't say free speech until what? That's what it's free. It's free. See, that's why I sit here quiet, listen. I hear everybody say, I observe free speech. Free speech is no dot at the end of that. It's just, it is a dot, it's no comma. It's free speech. So that means anything somebody want to say, they should be able to say in any kind of capacity. I'm okay with that. I just want to make sure everybody's okay with that, because you can't say you should be able to ignore that. But then when they, I want to no, that's too far. It ain't too far now. It's never no too far. It's free. Free means zero gets paid.
Well, free. I don't want to confuse freedom of speech with freedom of consequence. You still have a consequence. You can't. Right. This is a public platform. If your job decides to come on this platform and say that what you're doing doesn't apply to us, they can fire you still. I'm okay with the freedom of speech on that particular platform. I don't follow white people that say the N-word. I just don't. So for it to pop up on me, I don't know where I would get it from, except for some black guy that was hurt that he said it.
I'm saying, but right now, right now, if you don't have to follow him, but one of your coworkers do, and then he on the app, and then he come to work and say, "Hey, Chris, look at Steve over there, who you been dapping up in the thing." Da 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 da. You're not gonna walk away and say, "Hey, it's no problem, brother. It's all good." No, now you're gonna look at Steve sideways, because that's what I'm saying, and that's what I'm saying is dangerous, because now we're humans, we're not robots. So if somebody talking about you, even at my job, it's gonna be hard for me to look at them the same way when you're talking about my homeboy. It's gonna be hard for you to know that you're saying 1,000 niggas on Twitter and I'm supposed to give you the same. That's hard to me. So I'm saying it's dangerous, because I don't think America is ready for total free speech, for freedom. I don't really think we're ready for that. I think we need guidelines in life, because if we don't, we're gonna be in a whole different world.
Well, I think real fast. No, I want to say I think you got some points, but let's be honest. We're not immune to what's going on around the world. They might not show you on the news. Chaos is at a certain point, every country, every government has a moment where the lid comes off. You know what I mean? And from the Trump administration to before, so when people got mad at Trump, those people always been there. They just felt comfortable, you know what I mean, to come back out and felt like they had a drum major. So yeah, he's for us, blah, blah, blah. So when they felt that, they start coming out. Everybody, oh, Trump. Well, those people always been there. Those people was there when Obama was in office. Those people. So what I'm saying is, I like identifiers. And you're right. Chris said consequences come with it. You know what I mean? The thin line is, how many times we didn't see, well, they'll tell you about a story that just happened last week at the Tiki, where you could have threw your whole life away because somebody said the N-word. Your whole life. You're a young man, you got a kid, got a career, you're going to throw it away about it. Bro, it's not that serious. It's not that serious. Because we don't have the luxury to make the same mistakes. The whole system is built on us. So him doing what he did, bro, you can get 10 years because somebody.
Right, that's what I think. That's my point. That's my point. We're not ready for that. We're not. Right now, I just went hunting just to get out that subject. People always say the lid off. Not just the Tootie. I'm just saying, because I watch a lot of shows. I watch Republican, Democrat, it don't matter. And everybody always saying, yeah, we need to just tear it down. I went hunting. I seen a 5-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 7-year-old out there shooting rifles. See, everybody always, that's the shit that be pissing me off. I'm sorry. Because everybody always say, I'm ready for it. What are you ready for? What are you really ready for? I seen a 5-year-old shoot
know.
a deal from 100 yards away with a AR compact. They asked me about it. I showed him. I said, "Dang, he was telling me what to do for my son to get him ready to be a good aim." Yeah, but it's stupid. I post a deal. Everybody, yeah, you shooting the up, but bro, you don't even know how to load a shotgun. You don't know how to set your sights. You don't know how to cut it. You don't know nothing. So when you say, "Oh, let's go to what? What are we going to, bro?"
Modern warfare.
6 or whatever. January 6th showed you when they enrage, they took over a whole building. When we enrage, we march.
We march.
And we march and get beat up. Okay. Well, cool. We ready. That's all I say. See, I'm preparing daily. I work out every day. This is not no game, bro. I'm looking out there. I'm in the middle of the woods. I'm seeing all these people. They're ready. They have 17 guns. They know how to cut. They telling me, "Oh, you hit the deal right here. This is how you cut." They know everything about everything. You cut all the power out right now. They're ready. They're ready. We're still buying Gucci, still hanging out, still going. Cool. Listen, to each his own. Let's be ready. That's all I'm saying. I just hope the people who keep saying they're ready are really ready, because they're training like it's a war tomorrow. This man is a 5-year-old with this little boy. The deal is bigger than my deal. I'm like, God, he hit this. Oh yeah, this is not even his first one. At 5, I'm not even thinking, bro. That's 2 years from Mario. I'm not even me thinking about that until now. And he got that just, yeah, bro, you got to get this and order this from here. And you can get this. Oh, yeah, come on, bro. That's crazy. It's just being realistic on this show right now. I would have to walk you through how even get to get in the woods, to track, to get to a stand. When a 7-year-old knows how to go in the woods by himself right now with a gun, climb a tree, set up in there and hunt at 7. So what you think you're going to be at 13? All right.
School shoot.
Chris Wayne, I cut you off.
Was that?
Oh, I thought I had cut you off before.
No, that was some gospel.
Listen, so I'm gonna ask you something. Chris, I did a show with Erica Janice, and then we see all these conversations. I can't think of the dude. I'm gonna reach out to him because he just, the dude be doing what the chap said. He doesn't like women. All this. Listen, and I'm seeing people sharing and whatnot. I'm like, man, this joker here. I need to reach out to. Will you take the bait, buddy? Because it's profitable. The word toxic is out there. Everything is toxic. Toxic, toxic, toxic. Some people embrace it. Oh, girl, my sex is toxic. Oh, I had to leave him alone. It was toxic. But there's an easy way to avoid saying all kind of other stuff like accountability, once again, responsibility, and saying, hey, I should never mess with that dude. Do you think that we're overusing, abusing, or over labeling the word toxic on situations, Chris Wayne?
Absolutely. I've been saying this. I've been protesting against all these little buzzwords, man. Toxic has now turned into just something that you don't like, or you disagree with, or something that you're not comfortable. We use that in any type of situation that doesn't go our way. If a person is not, same thing with red flags. It's the same thing. We try to do everything we can do to disqualify each other, to run back to this phone or this internet to talk to each other. We try to do everything except for get with each other. We want to do this self-help shit because we think self-help is going to make us better in relationships. One thing I learned from playing basketball is that if you practice basketball, you're going to get good at practicing basketball. One thing, but if you want to get good at playing basketball, you have to play basketball. You can practice, but you need to play basketball. We can't get good at interpersonal relationships with the other sex if we don't do it, if we don't actually do it, if we stop disqualifying everybody, if we stop saying everybody's toxic or unhealed and all this other stuff. I can go on and on, but I've been on this soapbox for a long time talking about this word, especially when they put it in front of masculinity. I was the number one fighter against that. I hope you guys remember that one.
And then there was 3. It's me, Mario. Toxic.
I think I agree with Chris wholeheartedly. I think I'm big on actual meanings of words because I believe words have power. And when you think of what the definition of really what toxic is, I think people use it lightly, and it shouldn't be even used that way because toxins kill you, and most of them kill you slowly or they kill you from within. So, and I think that's the part that they kill you from within. So, a lot of times, the people who are using these words are the ones who are actually toxic. So, because you just got to really understand the word to really use it. And I think that like people get a cliche word and somebody who they feel is intelligent or they look up to or they admire uses it, and then that becomes their everyday word for like every situation, like Chris said, of dislike. When toxic is so much more than just disliking something. So when you're saying a guy's toxic, that means it's almost an unbreakable bond that's killing you slowly. And that's a detriment to you because most of the people who choose these people, you chose them. Like you actually went to those people. Like you put the bottle to your lips and drunk the poison. So now, but then you have no accountability. You just act like somebody opened your mouth and poured it. You know what I'm saying? I think that that's the whole thing about toxins. Most time, toxins are self-inflicted. So I think that I hate that word. I hate most of the people who use it because they talk to you in a authoritarian level, like you don't know something or you need to understand something, like they're teaching at you. And I hate that too. That whole premise of this new work community and all these people who are vivid, what you call it? They go to therapists all the time, therapist goers. Like those
Mhm.
people right there, the three
The
words they
worst.
learned in the first session, and now they want to paint the city with them.
Heal trauma.
Yeah,
Yeah, but listen, are those terms is toxic a real thing? I
yeah,
believe so.
yeah.
The thing what happened is people see where it's profitable. Listen, if you hashtag video is toxic, boom. Chris put up a video what a month ago. It was a Kevin Samuels clip, and it went did numbers. So I think a lot of situations, people look for stuff to justify, like even in the situation where it's not my fault. You know what I mean? Girl, blah blah blah. He was toxic. Oh really? But what about you? I ever do you picking toxic? You know what I mean? I every chick you date toxic. So I just think that it's a real thing. I just don't think it applies to a lot of stuff. But those videos put toxic in the front of it. Toxic masculinity, toxic femininity for some reason didn't really trend. It's amazing how toxic masculinity. You know, that hashtag probably a couple million. So see
The
how that
powers
works.
that be. The
Yeah,
powers that be. A wise man said the powers that be is the reason why. But
yeah.
I'm gonna have to agree with you, Horace. I think the word is oversaturated. It's one of those words that they said and it became cool, and a lot of people use it out of context. And Mario, you are correct. They do speak from a condescending tone when they're describing toxic as if they're perfect. And we already know that no one's perfect but God. So it is what it is. But yeah, I just think it's one of those cliche words, and it just sounds good rolling off the tongue when they don't want to pick up the other word they learned inside of that therapy, which is accountability. That word that doesn't roll off as fast as toxic does, but I understand why that is. A lot of people don't like to do the mirror conversation where they look like Horace said, you were the one in the relationship with all those women, or you the one that was in the relationship with all those men. All of those men aren't toxic. It's you, the common denominator. You know what I'm saying? Be it male, be it female, whoever the case may be, or whoever is quick to fire out that toxic word first. Because usually from the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So if you're quick to tell someone they're toxic, you might want to take a look at yourself. But again, that's just Zay's opinion. But I'm just sharing it with you guys on this lovely Monday evening.
Hmm.
Well, y'all have had a good afternoon, and this show got
Go on
maybe
again.
maybe it's part of his act. He David Blaine. All right, listen tonight. Yeah, you know what? That was a good segue. Let's talk about unstable. A lot of people feel that this guy that has been trending all week is unstable. And listen, the last week, let's just go. I'm gonna go to this first. Kanye West started as a producer turned rapper. turned into an iconic shoe designer, fashion designer. Then he got married to the queens and kings of sensationalism, the Kardashians, where he ended up losing. He was negative $40 million, and then somehow, within a couple of months, with his wife bailing him out, turned into an alleged billionaire. So last week, in his tour of unstable comments, he made comments about George Floyd. He made comments about
DEFCON.
Well, the point was he was on a podcast, and anytime Kanye West is on a podcast, it's going to trend. Everybody's going to get the numbers. Nori said his numbers were more than football on that Sunday, and it was an amazing interview until it was deemed, the word for this session, this topic, anti-Semitic, because Kanye made comments about the Jewish community. The Jewish community. And those comments were labeled as anti-Semitic, which means they don't like it. The owner of Drink Champs is a Jewish man. And no matter the comments that Kanye has made in the past, all of a sudden, cancel culture came for Kanye. You even had Negroes United saying that they were tired of Kanye after he made anti-Semitic comments. Not the George Floyd, but once he made anti-Semitic comments, that's when he lost contracts. And then this was the start of it. Chase Bank says they no longer want Kanye as a member of their bank. So they told him he had 30 days to get his money out of the bank. And then Adidas, and I can go down the list, but I don't know them all. Everyone that he was attached to said in solidarity, that he made anti-Semitic comments and we're going to drop him. So he lost all these deals that took him from a billionaire status to $400 million. Even though the deal with Adidas, he only got 11% of the revenue was part of his deal. So what did I miss? I'm trying to make sure I cover everything. It's amazing to me that, that they dropped Kanye and had issues with Kanye at Chase Bank, but they never, ever had any issue with Jeffrey Epstein's money being in their bank. And I don't recall any of the people that actually participated in paying for minors actually going to jail yet. But the question today is, where do y'all side with Kanye in the midst of everything? Because it's a lot. But him being shunned and what I like to use in his defense, buck breaking. When they take a slave be real defiant, and they take him over, do stuff like castrate him, tie him to a horse, bend him over, rape him, sodomize him. They do stuff to make the other Negroes get back in line. So that was just my take. But with all that's going on, what's y'all thoughts on Kanye? I'm going to leave it broad. What are y'all thoughts on Kanye? Because I think that was the question. Yeah, what are y'all thoughts on Kanye? Do you support him in any capacity? And I'm going to go to Chris Wayne first. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. As a Black Super Friends, as a 1/4 of the Black Super Friends, as the Black Super Friends, I do not understand why we sticking our nose in white folks' business. This is a white lives matter issue. Why is we worried about it? Kanye, I don't know. Okay. Kanye cares about two things. In my opinion, Kanye cares about two things. How much money he got and how much more money he got than you. That's the only thing that Kanye cares about. So I don't know why I should feel this need to fight for Kanye. I don't get it. Like I understand that people support that man. I totally get it. But what Kanye's saying is not new. He's not breaking ground. I heard this 10 years ago when Tariq Nasheed put out the Hidden Colors documentary. I heard this from Brother Polite. I heard this from Dr. Umar. I heard this from Minister Frank Farrakhan. These are not new theories that's going on. These people been saying that. My whole thing is what next? Okay, yeah, 12. We are the Jews or whatever it is. What's after that? What's the end goal here? Because we ain't going to take on the Jewish faith. We have enough time being Christians. We're not going to take on that faith. So what is the end goal of saying that we are the real Jews? Why are we going to war with this community? Just why? What's the whole end goal of this besides just saying this? Like if we can take a lot, from that community. And just to play devil's advocate, and I just want to put this out here. I don't know any other community that has made more black millionaires than that community. Can you name any other community in the world that made more black millionaires? Maybe what I think we should do is take that money from that community and emulate some of the things that they do. Have you ever been to a Jewish community center? Let's build one of those in our neighborhood. Let's take the money that they give us and build our own networks that we can talk about what we want to talk about. I don't understand what's the war is, but if I'm all for revolutionary talk, I'm all for revolutionary things. If we really serious about supporting Kanye, let's not buy Adidas. Let's not buy Balenciaga. Let's not go to TJ Maxx. Let's not go to Skechers. Let's take our, if you got the money in the JP Morgan bank, let's take our money out. If we dead ass serious, because I was dead ass serious when Colin Kaepernick kneeled. I didn't watch football for 4 years. I was dead ass serious about that. So if we dead ass serious about this Kanye shit, I don't give a damn about Kanye. But if my people want to show that they can't do stuff like this to us, let's boycott all that shit. I don't got to buy none of that shit. Otherwise, we just running our goddamn mouth because our feelings hurt. That's what I think.
Well, I didn't expect nothing less than that from you. Well, I definitely hear your sentiments. I will say you might not know this, but the blueprint that everyone is using actually started with us.
Thank you.
The education that we are giving, that'll be a whole nother show. My issue is we get to the point where we beat into submission to the point where you telling me I can't even. So slavery said I can't make a comment. I can rap about filth. I can make you money. I can do everything, and I'm free. I'm a human just like you. But how dare I speak in any capacity against something, against the Jewish faith that might not even something hateful, something that you deem to be disrespectful or offense. That's the point that I think needs to be discussed. Because what he said was, well, I didn't get the statement, go look it up. I don't know how anybody took it as anti-Semitic, but anti-Jewish community is so powerful that I feel like you did it. Now, listen, it was cool when you was doing all the stuff that we love, but now, this Negro out of control. That's how I see it. And then the next day, you see all of a sudden, Diddy's a billionaire. So, bro, this conversation can go in a lot of ways. The thing that's dangerous is, don't think that even on our little platform that you can speak freely. That's what's so hurtful about it. Somebody can watch this show and say it's anti-Semitic, and then we blacklisted for a while. Somebody can say you said XYZ, and somebody calling your job. That's how hypocritical, and that's probably why I'm biased towards it, because it's like it's almost like a bully type situation. I can't even speak my mind at all. So the hell with that, man. Zeta International Ladies Man.
I think you're right. It is a bully situation. When we first started, I shared the same sentiment, Chris. You know how I feel about rich people. I don't have those problems yet because I haven't reached the heights that they have. So at first I was like, I really don't give a fuck. But if it can happen to him, it can happen to me. So in that sentiment, I do stand with Kanye, not with the foolishness that he has going on, but that's another black man that looks like me, right? That's speaking his mind, whether they agree or not. You know what I'm saying? Is their freedom of speech is only free when it pertains to them. Something my dad told me before he left was fuck people. People will always tell you why you can't do something, turn around and do the same exact thing, but tell you why it's all right for them and not you. Unfortunately, these people have the power to do that. But he was just revealing that. So a lot of people are enraged. Me and Mario share the same sentiment. I hate when people get all uppity about something that hurts your feelings and then run with the narrative. What are you going to do about it? So, Chris, I agree with you. What are you going to do about it? Because Adidas just told you that we dropped them, even though we know that Adidas started at what, 1.7 billion, boosted to 4.3 with Kanye. We're going to drop him. However, we're not so enraged at his anti-Semitic rhetoric that he gave that I'm going to disband the colors that he came up with, any inventions that he came up with. None of that I'm going to do away with. I'm just going to do away with him, and I'm going to keep making the same money that he was making me. See, I'm from the hood where the Iranians or the people from Middle East come and move in and get stores, right? They'll get Auntie Janie or somebody's grandma to cook chicken and breakfast. They'll watch, see how she did it. Next thing you know, you don't see those people in the store anymore, and our dumbasses are still buying the chicken out the gas station or the meals that they're preparing. But we're so enraged that they got rid of Betty Sue from out the kitchen because she had them chitlins swinging. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, it makes no sense. We don't have any type of direction. And I hate that for us as Black people, which the people who he was talking about, they have what we lack, which is unity. Adidas didn't give a damn that they were going to lose any money because we are going to show this Negro who's in charge. Forget the money because we'll make the money back. See, when they come to us and they start talking about money, we start going, oh, shit. I got to take care of Big Mama. I got to do this. I got to do that. Instead of investing in ourselves, like you said, Chris, I wouldn't buy an Adidas from Adidas that had Kanye's signature on it because now it's a knockoff. It's no better than getting it from China. But Kanye has to get his wherewithal behind himself to figure out how to produce it, how to manufacture it, and how to get it out through this Black channel that I'm so conflicted on it because, like I said, a lot of people do an emotional rant about what he's doing and what he's saying. I keep asking people, what is the lesson that you're learning inside of all of this? And it's exactly what you said, Chris or Horst. Hey, man, shop with your own. Forget the service that they're giving you. If they have a service, instead of talking about them, talk to them. Hey, man, I really want to shop with you. But whatever the case may be, and start trying to work on our own inner workings inside our community. The same way you said, Chris, is what the Jews do. They work inside of their own community. And they make sure that each other are straight. We don't do that. We make it out and we go, shit, I ain't fucking with them niggas. And I understand that our kind makes it hard for us to kind of make sure that they straight. But at some point, we got to stop saying what one is doing or the other is doing and get on board. Those, some will, some won't. So what? Who's next? And just keep the train going in one direction. But that's just what I gathered from it.
Well, let me give you the comments. One of the comments was, I don't believe in anti-Semitism because we the real Jews. Boom. Mm-hmm. Right? Second comment was Jewish people have owned the Black vote and that the Jewish community, especially in the music industry, they take us and milk us till we die. So on the Drink Champ, he was saying that, hey, it's okay for me to rap about XYZ, which is anti-Black, but I can't say nothing about you. So I had one of my friends in Tampa, he's Jewish, and he called me and he sent a message like, oh yeah, Kanye can go to hell, da-da-da. And I was like, and that's before I knew what happened. So I said, well, what did he say? Oh, I just read a headline that he made anti-Semitism comments. So I said, well, what did he say? I don't know yet. So I was like, and then when I heard what he said, me and him actually had a conversation. I said, bro, do you know? I said, let me ask you something. Why? And this was the simplest question. And what came out of his mouth after that, I was like, bro, you don't even understand how prejudiced and racist you sound to me about me. I said, why is anti-Semitism so much bigger than anything else in the world? Oh, we're the chosen people. Okay. So you're better than me. You better than me. So our conversation didn't go well. You know what I mean? Oh, nobody talks about the Jewish community. I was like, bro, I want you to listen to everything that you said to me. But we're both the same. God made me, God made you, but somehow, as long as I stay in my place or don't make comments that upset you, everything good. And that's what we had spoke since then. And this a couple of days ago. And I really want to just have a dialogue. Like, bro, explain to me how y'all love everything else, but the comments he made offended you. He didn't say he's gonna kill anybody. He just said what he said offended somebody in the Jewish community, and now you want to take everything away from him.
That's all it takes. Someone made
Mark
mention of Dave Chappelle. They did the same thing with Dave Chappelle, all right? But Dave Chappelle bounced back from it and is richer than he was ever been before he started. I believe Kanye is going to do the same exact thing. I just believe that right now they're giving him an ass whooping, and publicly, like you said, Horace, to deter any other Negroes who get the gumption to try and do that. They're gonna think twice because they're gonna tap them pockets first. All the war. You understand what I'm saying? So I see that. I don't agree with Charleston White all the time. He actually did a piece on this where he was saying I don't agree with him all the time, but he was right on. Y'all, Mario said we always say we ready for this, we ready for that. Well, he really went out there and struck a blow. And the first thing y'all did was, man, what is this nigga doing? He crazy and didn't stand by it, which is crazy to me. So y'all never gonna come from under the thumb if you think like that. But he really didn't do anything wrong. I felt like, except for apologizing for how you felt. Like if that's how you felt, that's how you felt. Stand on that. But
yeah. And the only thing that discouraged me before I go to Mario was the fact that I say this all the time. You got Puff Daddy, you got Khaled, you got Tyler Perry, you got enough black billionaires now that we should have something that people can get behind, whether it's a credit union, it's a bank, it's an airline, it's a love collective money. You know what some of those people do when they get money? Show us every day how rich they are. So, hell, I can respect Kanye more. He gonna have to stand on his action. But damn, I look at everybody else. Some of the main people that was criticizing, telling him how stupid he is the same people waiting on the tax return. The same people that I know sit home every day on a voucher. Listen, I ain't got to agree with him, but I ain't gonna beat down somebody for what they're trying to do if he really gonna stand on it. So that's my take. And I know Mario gonna take us a whole other direction, but I'm here.
Damn sure is. I'm happy everybody out. I'm happy because one thing I do is be factual. See, that's why I like it. I be factual. Yeah. So let's be real. So that's what happened because I'm asking a question. Did any of y'all watch the interview in entirety?
I watched
let me quote the interview in entirety the exact way it happened. I'm not gonna misquote it. Let me go from the beginning to the end. I'm tired of the Jewish people. I'm a bit sleepy right now. And when I wake up, I'm going DEFCON 3 on all Jewish people. So then people say, I don't know what he said about the Jewish people. Hold up. I let everybody talk. I was quiet as a church mouse. I said, all the other stuff he said is true. After that, in this next sentence, let me tell you how this man thinking. Listen to what he just said. I'm going DEFCON 3 on all the Jewish people. I can't be anti-Semitic because we're the chosen Jews. So if I wake up and say I'm going Kuta Kinte on all the black people, I can't be racist because I'm a black person. Is I'm going Kuta Kinte on all the black people still not a derogatory term towards black people? It may not be. You're right. I'm tripping. Hold on. I'm tripping. So one thing I'm not going to do is hitch my voice to a man who have showed me time and time again all he cares about is himself. That every point you're making is a factual point about the Jewish community towards black people if you feel that way. I don't give a damn about Kanye saying it. Kanye is never going to be the leader or the voice or the person who can tell me to stand behind him. When he became a billionaire and he went and signed, let me get these facts, with Balenciaga 3 years ago after their slander against black people, with Gucci and Louis Vuitton after their slander against, he didn't have to go sign with these people. He could have searched out black people like Kai, another $1 million shoe person. I put it in the group so y'all can see because I'm up on fashion. Saya. At this point of time, Damon, the person who made FUBU, was trying to resurrect his company. He went and signed with Adidas during that time. This is the same revolutionary Kanye who he want all the black people to stand behind. Then after all this happens, he gets crushed and whooped, and everybody's feeling sorry for him. He just still don't go to a black person. He goes to Skechers, who was ran by what? Other white people and Jewish people. Chris said it best a long time ago. Kanye don't give a damn about nobody but himself. So you might be saying this, but you're not gonna pull the wool over my eyes and think because you talk about how this person did this, and this person did this, bro. You do that. You do that all the time. You only care about JP Morgan. JP Morgan been doing this all the time. You only cared when they took your money out the bank. If JP Morgan had took Puff Daddy money out the bank, Kanye wouldn't have gave a damn. Fuck Kanye. If JP Morgan had took Tootie money out of the bank, he wouldn't have gave a damn. He never speaks for nothing until it affects him. Kanye only cares about stuff that affects him. So I'm never going against hitching my wagon to a selfish person. He has shown me time and time and time again. That is nothing like what Dave Chappelle did. That is nothing like all the people who he said he reminded of. That's not a knee on his neck. You went on the show and waged war against a community, and then now I'm supposed to feel bad that community stick up for themselves. Whether I like it or not, they stick up for themselves. If I owned a bank and a person get on there and start talking about black people, and I own a bank and I don't like it, fuck their money too. Know why? Because I own the bank. So if you don't like it, go own a bank. Right now, he's a billionaire. So he's a billionaire. He could have patched up with so. I have a list because I'm ready for a rebuttal of the last 10 contracts Kanye signed. None of them were black people. But I'm supposed to jump on his. I'm supposed to boycott Adidas. I'm supposed to boycott the Gap. I'm supposed to boycott all these people when he's been constantly boycotting us and all our entrepreneurs, all our people that are trying to grassroots up. Come on, bro. The principal of the school, not black. The vice principal, not black. You know who the black person is?
His wife
is a black PE teacher. Come on, man. What do we do? This is public records. What I'm talking about. So he's supposed to be the new Messiah because he said something about how people keep signing the contracts that he's continually signing and getting mad when he's getting fucked in them. He's signing these contracts. He's the smartest man in the room. He's a billionaire. You're not a dummy to become a billionaire. And you keep signing these contracts and getting mad when they pencil whip you. Bro, you doing this. Like Zay said, I never had that chance. I'm not a billionaire. I'm not rich. But one thing I did when I bought my house, I signed over. I watched I paid attention to everything that me and Jaleesa owed. I understand if it's not going to balloon. If it was going to balloon, I can't say, oh, JP Morgan got me. They charged me 30%. Bro, you signed that. And you've been signing contracts for 20 years. So now all of a sudden when they do you wrong, hey, black people, I know I ain't really been fucking with y'all, but stand behind me on this. Stand behind me on this because I don't like them now. They messing with me. And how dare they mess with me? You know who I am? I'm Kanye Billionaire West. Then, like you said, I don't know which one of y'all just said this, that all he does is talk about how much money he got more. This nigga's whole platform is, I'm a billionaire and I have more money than y'all niggas. That's his whole platform. His whole thing. That's what they did. The first thing they did to him is did what? Not make him a billionaire. Because it don't matter when Lil Baby get on stage and say I have more money. He's talking to Bankhead. It don't matter when Rick Ross get on stage and say I have more money. He talking to Carol City. See, Kanye was in the room with the people who own golf courses, who own jets, so he was talking to them. So when he was saying I have more money, it resonated because he was right. He had more money than the CEO of JP Morgan. That hurt. Because he's a nigga in his mouth. But you know that, Kanye. You knew this. All this is public. You just didn't come into money. Kanye meticulously got to the top. Wait till I get my money right. He's been planning this. And now you want he understands we're emotional as people too. So he's doing the same thing he's saying that you do, using us for our emotions. So know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna say whatever I want and threaten them to show you how it's a pissing contest. And then I'm gonna bait my people into saying, look, they trying to oppress us. Y'all come on my side, boycott them, and use us as pawns. So we boycott all these companies to help his agenda of self-domination. Man, fuck Kanye and everything he stands for. I'm gonna buy Yeezys. I don't buy Balenciaga because I can't afford it, but all that other stuff. But I'm gonna keep buying all that other stuff because, bro, you signed a contract with Adidas knowing all this. All these people been Jewish. They didn't wake up yesterday and was Jewish. So all of a sudden now they're just the worst people in the world. Come on, bro. This don't make no sense, bro. One thing don't have nothing to do with the other. If you don't want to support and you want to rally against with each other, I'm on with that. Like Chris said, I'm with that. If you want to say, let's pull our money together, let's pull it. Right now, when we started this company, what the first thing we did? All of us right now don't have no money. We look die-hardly for what? A black bank to put our money in. Why didn't Kanye just simply take his money out and put it in a black bank and spread? He could, because that's too much for one black bank. I understand that. So he could have spread it along. And guess what that would have did? Fed communities. T.I. right now, single-handedly, without jumping on Drink Champs, cussing every other race out, is building up Bankhead to stop gentrification. He's not, wait a minute, don't buy from the Jewish people in Bankhead. Bro, you don't have to yell at them people. Worry about your people. How about that? And then focus on them. Empower your people, focus on them people, and let them people do them. That's what they've been doing. They've been worried about their people. Why don't you worry about yours, bro? Then I can say, I fuck with you. Worry about yours. That's all I want you to do. Show me that you give a damn about us in any capacity, and I'll say, I fuck with you, Kanye. Because I don't give a damn who fuck with you right now, dog. You the nigga who always talk that shit, then run back to the hood and say, come on, y'all help me. No, bro, I'm not helping you. I'm not. And I don't give a damn. So I'm ruckus. I'm the wrong guy. I'll be all that. This man has never showed me nothing that he done single-handedly without him benefiting or being the king of it to help society of, us as black people. Fuck him.
Well, this show is completely useless. I want to tell y'all that with all I got down cussing. So
it's freedom of speech, man.
Yeah, freedom of speech. What you mean, Elon Musk?
Right, that's what Kanye is.
This is we on different platforms. We ain't on Twitter, so forget that. First off, man, hey, you have every right. I should have put this show tonight as Debate Champs. You need to trademark it. Drink Champs, Debate Champs. That's gonna be Mario's new show. Hey, let me ask y'all something. Just because cross-reference African Americans or the urban community. So listen. So when he made those comments about George Floyd, what was the backlash that came from the black community? Yeah, it wasn't that, right? But when he made anti-Semitic comments, Facebook blew up. Everywhere blew up. Black people got outraged when he talked about the Jewish community.
Nobody black give a fuck about him. I think they were just tired of Kanye's mouth. But I don't think nobody black said, Kanye, you don't went too far against the Jews, dog. Nobody.
Yes. I read all the comments. Yes, I read all the comments
of people who took up for Kanye, bashing everybody else.
Listen, let's not be foolish to think we don't have Stockholm syndrome in our community. All right. So second of all, I'm gonna ask y'all something. Name a black billionaire who did not become a billionaire or create a structure not using some kind of major white platform.
What's the point of that? What's the point of that?
No.
I'm asking.
It's an ask because you just criticize him for signing with all these.
No, I didn't. See, I thought you were misappropriating my words. That's why I asked you what's the point of that. I didn't say that.
Let me ask you something.
That's the stand he's standing on. He's standing on we as black people need to have our own, but you're not doing it. If that's not your point. If that's not my message, then I don't care. It don't matter if I use the money.
Oh, don't criticize a man who went when we don't have infrastructure. You could start out something. You don't have any major infrastructure. None of those companies, all those companies utilize bigger companies to get their product out. They have to partner, right? Okay, so first of all, I don't personally believe in paying for overpriced stuff. Y'all know that. So it's amazing that they're gonna drop Kanye, but we're gonna still sell the products, put a B on it. So he went too out of line. So let me ask you something. This is what gets me. I ain't gotta agree with everything he say, but I ain't gonna be another Negro. Because see, that's what bothers me about life here. You know how many people talked about me for doing stuff that I was trying to do? I didn't get no damn support. Oh, that Negro crazy. I'm doing comedy. Oh man, that nigga. Oh, when we started doing this, how many people goddamn was like? So with our community, listen, I ain't got a cosign, but ain't nothing else work. Ain't nothing else work. I just said, Puff Daddy, all these boys tap dance and show you how rich we are. We put on $1 million worth of jewelry. No, we not going no damn well. I'm always saying, well, we need a bank. I agree with you. We need a bank. Put some money in the black bank. A lot of people that talk put a portion.
And I have to do with Kanye though. That's why I say stay on the point. I told you, Kanye is not doing none of that though.
I agree with you on that. But you know what?
That's the whole point though.
Again. So when you say F Kanye for this, I don't get caught up in the personal stuff. My issue tonight is
Character is personal.
damn, it's amazing how the world fell when he did anti-Semitic comments. It was all good till a week ago.
Well, the world didn't fall. Tootie, you smarter than that. You know the world didn't fall. The people who own the radio stations are Jews. That's who was pissed off.
So you listen to what
That's
you
the
saying to
people.
me.
That's the people who are mad. The people
Listen to what
you
you're
know
saying.
that they control what we see and what we hear. So
Bro.
they were mad because he talked about them. If we own something, then we would have had the right to say they're lying. We're not mad, but we didn't have no voice because we don't own shit. But when Kanye did own shit, let's stick to the point. When Kanye did own shit, he didn't do nothing for us. That's all I'm trying to say. Right now, you can't your whole ballot can't be these people are doing us wrong when you're doing the same thing. You went and hit your ass to Balenciaga, knowing 95% of black people can't afford it, and if they do buy it, it's spending out of their means. You went to Gap, and then Gap was affordable. Then your Gap sweater, Kanye, went up to $500 for a sweater, knowing your people were gonna fucking what? Buy Yeezy to support you, and now they're spending $500 they don't have. You are doing the same thing that you're accusing the Jewish people of doing us. Kanye, you're misappropriating us and using us too. Kanye. So how can I stand with Ye? That's the whole point. We're talking about standing with Ye. We're not talking about what the Jews did to us. I would never stand with Ye because Ye is doing the same thing. He get mad. It's like this. Right. I own slaves. So y'all can't whoop my slaves. I'm going to whoop my slaves. No, nigga, I'm not a slave. I don't want nobody to whoop me. Kanye.
So the comments that he had the right to say, none of them are true.
I mean, but let's say they are true. What are we gonna do with that information? If he's saying, well, we're the true Jews, are we gonna take on the Jewish faith? Because we're stuck in Christianity right now. Are we gonna really take on the Jewish faith? Because that's very, very strict. So if that's what's important. If saying that we are the real Jews, is that going to keep us married like that community does? Is that going to keep us spending money within ourselves like that community does? What is it? What is the whole point of going DEFCON 3 against that community when that community itself has made more millionaires in our community? I thought that the pressure was coming from a totally different community. All of a sudden now, with what we're being pressed by that community, I don't get it. I don't get the beef. I don't get why we gotta do it.
Can I say that if I go to Mario? One thing you need to know: the devil bless people too, right? I don't give a damn about religion.
How do you know that? How do you know? We would do this.
Don't give a damn about no religion. You know why? Because in America, we go to church. Let's go down a whole other rabbit hole. America is about money. And we are losing. We don't have no value in this country because we don't have money. And white supremacy destroyed our families, our homes, education. That was the whole focus. You know why? To make sure we don't even unite, be stable enough to get this money. Those people are rich because they are rich off our ignorance and our practices that was taught to us or created with us. So yes, we are the number one consumers. We can have a great show and talk about all this good stuff, and you'll still joke at that. Yeah, all this responsibility. Go out and buy a $600 piece of hair. You get jokers to drop a car, no insurance, no registration, and get pulled over the next day. Our ignorance, we getting beat like a pinata. What I'm saying is, in the midst of all this chaos, I'm like, damn, is somebody gonna see it? Like at some point, will something good come from it? Hey, you ain't got to love Trump to say, well, shit, you know, I ain't do too bad when the fuck was in office. I benefited from that, from his reign. Same with Kanye. I'm not against this man for anti-Semitic comments. Is his personal stuff crazy? But when they look at the blueprint, like at some point, we just existed. When it comes down to the money, is he right? You the music. You know everything is controlled by one group who now is already enough that you beating us financially, enslaved us mentally, all of that. But I can't now, you're showing that I'm still a slave because I can't even make a comment that you feel is offensive.
On your network. Say that.
On your network.
Don't forget that.
Right, there you go. See, that's what I'm saying. Like that, I want to say context matters. Context matters. Right now, this is our show. You're not gonna let somebody come on this show and say what they want, but you want them to. But that's different. I know that's different. But this is your show. This is our show. Right now, nobody's gonna come on here and say what they want on our show. But we want the person who owns the show to say, "Hey, you can just say whatever you want." Bro, in what world does that make sense to anybody? Like that's what I'm saying. I don't have that "woe is me" attitude. I feel like everything you're saying might be true, but the person can't be yelling it to the top of their lungs who are doing it too. Like I can't be talking about how you can't beat women. You can't beat women, and I come home every night and beat my wife. It's not. Nobody wants to hear that. It's your whole beef with what's the dude name with all the muscles? That's what I'm saying. You got to come on now. Your whole beef with him is he's a liar. He's perpetrating something he's not. Look, he would cheat on his wife. That's what Kanye is. Kanye is that same guy. He got rich and married a white girl. He moved away from Chicago and all his black friends in Atlanta and went to Beverly Hills and run off. Everything Kanye have done has been the same thing he's saying that he is.
I think your personal issue can't
see. That's what I'm saying. Then when you say facts, because everything I just said is a fact.
And I ain't saying no facts either.
There's no personal when facts.
I ain't saying no facts either. I'm saying I can separate the person from the chaos.
Well, you want to separate because
you do that. No, I want to look at the facts. I want to look at the whole facts. I don't need a leader who's a hypocrite. You want a leader because you have a problem with how the Jewish people have done us. That's a whole different situation. Farrakhan has been saying the same thing forever. Why don't you support Farrakhan? Farrakhan has been saying this from the top. He's banned on every platform because he's been saying this. So I stand behind Farrakhan. I'm not standing behind Kanye, and I don't give a damn what happened to Kanye. That was the question. Do you stand behind Kanye? No. Farrakhan has been preaching the same message for over 70 years. I will stand behind him. I donate to him. My wife can tell you, I will do all that for him. Kanye is not, I'm not, well, at least, we don't got nobody else, so I guess I'll choose. No, we do have somebody else. We have Kanye, Brother Ben X. It's a bunch of people out there who's saying the same thing. Mm-hmm. But I don't have to choose Kanye when he's a hypocrite and he's doing the same thing to our people. All right.
So no, that's the crazy thing. I'm in fashion. Maybe, I see how everything Kanye touches, he markets to us and hikes the rate. Then says, hey, they're taking our money. Nigga, you taking our money.
Right.
You're doing the same thing. The price of bean pies ain't go up. I stay in Atlanta. Well, it's a whole bunch of Muslims. They still the same odds. It's still the same thing. No, that's what I'm saying. Kanye a hypocrite, bro. And all the time he want to be black is when it benefits him to go against a community. No, fuck Kanye. It ain't about your points are 1,000% valid. But not with Kanye. Fuck him. No, it's not him. It can't be him saying it. I can't be the man. I can't be the voice of domestic violence when I beat my wife. You can't just say I know how to separate the two. It's okay that Mario beats his wife every day because domestic violence is wrong. No, how does that sound? That would just it's okay. You can't separate a nigga who goes home and beats his wife every night and say it's okay if you just the voice of domestic violence. That can't exist. I won't. I'm sorry.
You got anything before we close out?
No, I think Hardy pretty much highlighted what I was thinking of, because I looked at it from a standpoint of what are you learning from it, but you might have schooled me on it because I was saying the same thing. He's actually showing you what they're doing, but you said he's showing you, but he's using it against us. So I was looking at it as he's showing you the blueprint as far as how to get the money. We just got to invest in ourselves and do the same exact thing. But when you put it the way that you said it, that makes sense too, because it's like you're taking advantage of the same people. I thought he was showing away. That's the way I took it.
You're right about this. Is nobody could become a billionaire in this capitalist society without using them. But the point 100%. Is when you break away and start pouring into us, at some point, even if it's just you have to start doing that. You can't just keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going, and then when they slap you down, say, "Hey, help me, y'all." No, that's not the word.
But that part makes sense, because like you said, in order to know how to get ahead in this world, you got to learn the rules to the game. We don't know the rules to the game. We said that from the beginning. So he was able to get into those rooms and he was able to talk and forge relationships with them, but he mucked it up. That's what happened. So, like I said, when I'm seeing him get in those rooms and get from where we said he started in Chicago as a kid, he came up, now he's a billionaire. He knows the ropes. One thing a millionaire told me is once you know how to get one, you know how to do it again. It becomes easy. See, we've never done it, so we don't know how to do it. So it seems impossible. So he did do that. So I'm taking from what he was doing and saying, hey, man, he's kind of showing you the way instead of being, what we talk about, that sensitive and getting all your feathers all ruffled up because he said some way that you don't agree with. Take the lessons that you can take and advance yourself so that you can be in a position like him so that you can say what you want to say. But I don't think we do that or took that lesson. We get offended and then it just go to shit after that. But I don't know. Like I said, I'm just around a lot of entrepreneurs and a lot of people who have made well in life, and they're not really the most chummy people to be around because they are like light switches. They're either on or off. So they say off the wall things all of the time. You understand what I'm saying? But they didn't get to where they were in life by being no dum-dum. So when people, go off the rail about, they young man, Mr. West, I have to say there's a level of genius in them, but there's some crazy there too. So you got to take the good and try to advance yourself, but pouring into our people is the main thing that I think we need to do, that they're showing us. If we ain't learned nothing else, we still don't have that unity. Because once one of us get off the rail, we beat them to sleep. They ain't even got to finish the job. Instead of saying, hey, man, you off your rocker, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be, like you said, I don't subscribe to that. You can't be the face because of your actions, but I hear what you're saying. But you got to tone that down. I think some more of that got to come into play, but we're just not in a position to do those things. So, but again, from our podcast, from our platform, us speaking on it, yeah, for the individuals that we can't help, that's the way we're going to try and direct them so that they go, so they don't go off on a tangent like this young man. But damn, if he could just get all those things together, I see what he's trying to do. It just ain't. It ain't locking up.
I don't see what you're trying to do. I don't see.
Yeah, can you tell me?
No, where are we going to get the money from? Where are we going to get the money from to go to war with the? That's like when Scarface went to war with the plug. Where are you going to get the funds from? What is the point of going to war with that community when that community is where we're going to get the funds to build our community? The truth can't be the same.
No.
We can't say that they run everything and then go to war with the people that run everything without resources. What's the point?
Well,
what is the point of this fight?
Well,
I don't understand the fight part, and I don't. But I'm telling you,
I feel like this. Tootie right now runs like is the person behind this show who really understands like this show, right? And like who censors us to a certain degree, right? See, this is what I'm talking about right here, right now. Derek said, Kanye is giving us a life lesson on what we should learn from his punishment. I already knew that. Tootie tell us every week, hey, watch what you say. You don't want to get canceled. You don't have to be a billionaire to know, nigga, you can't say what you want. We begin this segment saying you can say what you want, but it's punishment. I've seen 3 people say this. It's punishment for what you say. Now, all of a sudden, it shouldn't be no punishment for what you say. We already know that. We know the only way you can control what you say is if you're the owner. Everybody on here know that. That's why just the entrepreneurs that Zay is talking about, you know why they're entrepreneurs? Because they didn't want to listen to somebody else. So the only way you can not listen to somebody else is what? Be the owner.
Sure.
I'm broke. I don't have no money. I know that now. I don't have to be a billionaire to understand the only way I can truly say what I want to say is to be financially free and don't want what this world, this capitalist society gives us. If Kanye says, I don't care about money, then he's totally free. As long as you care about money, you won't be free because of what Chris said. They control the money. Period. I'm saying I don't understand how that's just not cut and dry.
Maybe I'm biased because 90% of our population our community ain't trying to do shit. So I never bash motherfuckers trying to do anything, right?
That's what I'm saying.
So we ain't on the same page with it. So listen, when I look at when Chris say go to war, he kind of recited a comment from Pop one time, right? He told me you got to go to war. That's true. I had to learn that lesson. But at some point, even if they beat this man down, it got to be. I don't be pessimistic about it, because again, I keep coming back to the same goddamn thing. Listen, this man was only getting 11% off those deals, right? Kanye didn't have no great deal,
Yeah.
no great deal. But then when we come and look at it again, you got Tyler Perry, did it, all these people, right? And that does bother me because it's like, damn, it the whole system depends. The whole system depends on our ignorance and our lack of ability to come together. Once we do, ain't no system. And maybe 400 years of that worked on us. I just don't. I just can't find in myself to be pessimistic because we just been so effed up for so long that I'm trying. I'm gonna find a way to be optimistic about that. So I ain't gonna say how you gonna do it, man. Shit, ain't nobody else trying to do shit.
Tyler Perry, 87% of his population that he employs is black.
Yeah, what a bank.
87%.
You know what? I take that back. Tyler might be the person that is no. I ain't going that far, Mario. Because
I'm saying, that's a fact. That's what people. I'm saying 87% of the people he employed is black. Of that 87%, most of them working in the bus line of Atlanta.
We could be good, but see, you like to debate. I'm trying to have a dialogue.
That's a fact.
You just want to
get out your emotions. I'm talking
ain't no emotion. It's about
when you say Tyler Perry not doing nothing.
Tyler
Perry not doing nothing. That's what you said.
No, what I said is all of us, we should have a bank. So I said in that. We got enough black. I said at the beginning of the show. I said we have enough black billionaires where we should have something. Y'all heard me on the stand.
87% of the people. That's not enough. That's not enough. 87% of people.
We should have a black bank, Mario. We should have a black airline. We should have some black things that actually matter in this financial structure.
But we can't do that business with Kanye. We can't.
We ain't no Kanye no more. It is the point of black people need to build something.
That's a great. I don't think nobody on this show disagree with that though.
I think we do.
No. I think the point was, do you stand with Kanye? See, that's why I like to stay back on the point. Kanye. It's Kanye. My whole grief with this is Kanye can't be the man at the front of the helm. That's my point. I've been saying consistently. We can run this show back 1,000 times. The consistent point being, it can't be Kanye. It's not that does he have a point. It's not that it's black people bad. It's not that do we need more as black people. It's not that yes, all of that is true. Kanye, the person who's only took from us, can't be the person who's screaming, let us free, when you own all these slaves your damn self. That's my only point. That's the only consistent point I have is Kanye. The only reason why I brought up Tyler Perry, because you said Puff Daddy, Tyler Perry. No, 87% of Tyler, that's a lot. So if Tyler Perry was screaming it, then nobody say he put on Medea dresses. He only making movies for 87%. Who is Kanye employing? Kanye publicist is not black.
Turn your mic on.
You know what I'm saying? Like Kanye.
Listen,
that's crazy.
We'll be here all night.
Turn it
Great
on.
conversation. Mic is on.
Turn it on.
Mic is on. Listen, let's run through yes or no so we get the hell out of here. Listen, do you support Kanye? Mario, it's me. No, I do not. I don't trust that. All right, Chris McQueen. No.
No, White Lives Matter.
All right. All right. Zay the latest man.
I can't stand with him. I mean, I as a black man,
you stood with him in the beginning of the segment.
Yeah, no, 100%. As a black man, I'm a supporter of the black man, but I can't. All of his rhetoric is not accurate. It's not factual. I can't go by that. But I just don't like to see a black man beat like that. I'm sorry. So I can't stand with what he's saying. But as a black man, I stand in solidarity with him. Like, bro, somebody got to talk to him. Somebody got to be able to say something to him. It might not work, but I'm not finna beat him down. I'm sorry.
All right, it was a yes or no. Hey, y'all. That's it. All right. Listen, closing comments. Chris Wayne.
Man.
Chris Leo.
Yes, I'm glad you asked about this mug, man.
Just say yours free, Jaleesa.
I need you to hit the DM. We're selling these just in time for the holidays. And not only that, you can get yours with your own name, just like this. Mine's
there you go, support.
Hit the DM for pricing, and this makes great Christmas gifts, great Thanksgiving gifts, or just give it to one of your loved ones. Thank you.
It's black, for black people.
It's me,
And the
it's me,
revenue will
Mario.
go into the black
And
community.
that's
Promise
nothing
you
to do
that.
with Kanye.
What
Kanye
happened?
will not receive any profits from this.
None.
Torch.
None.
It's me,
I can't
Mario.
wait. Thank y'all for coming out. As like always, this is 4 people with 4 different opinions. So you always gonna understand that a lot of times people look at our show and say we as a whole are talking in one group. As you can see, we definitely don't like that. So I don't know where that rhetoric come from, but I understand it's just somebody who watch segments. But I appreciate y'all coming out, man. Make sure y'all get them mugs because y'all, most of y'all drink coffee or some kind of tea. So don't
Or
be
liquor.
don't be the people right now who yell at jumping up and down and you don't go support a black man. Listen, support them. Look at it. That's a beautiful mug. And that's really a nice cup. I don't understand like what's the purpose of you even thinking about it. Go support. It's a great stocking stuffer.
Stuffer.
Thank you.
There you go.
International.
It's black and it's back. The Black Super Friends mug. The boys told y'all what to do. It's Christmas time coming up. Be merry. You can drink all of the above and liquor out of your Black Super Friends podcast because it's freedom of drink inside of that cup, that mug there. You understand? So definitely, like we said, the proceeds do go toward the black community. See this community right here? And we're gonna pour it back into y'all. Make sure that y'all, get some of the blessings that y'all put forth for us. Appreciate y'all for coming out. Sorry for being long. Well, not really.
Yeah, he's sorry.
Yeah.
No, not really.
He's sorry. He's sorry.
I don't even know what to say to that. All right,
Sorry,
listen.
Miss
Thank
Jackson.
y'all for joining us. Thank y'all for joining us for another week. We got to get out here. I didn't mean to go over, but it happens. This episode will be remixed, and we will call it Debate Champs. So, hey, thank y'all. Let me find my thing, and we.
Whoa.
What a